Hey guys, it's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is another book talk for The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. So, this was one of my first books I read in January 2021, and I'm glad I read it. It was good. If you can't tell by the title, it's a thriller type book, and it is by Rachel Hawkins. She is actually the author of a lot of YA books. The main ones that come to my mind are Rebel, I think it's Rebel Bell. I could probably look at it, probably would tell me. Or not. But I believe it's Rebel Bell, and I think there's like 3 books in that one. And then she's also the author of the Hex Hall series, which has 3 or 4 books as well. And that one's about supernatural creatures. The other one's about like I'm not really sure what the other one is about. But I read all the Hex Hall books and really enjoyed them. I loved the characters and the humor in it. So reading another book by her was definitely a must, but this one being completely and totally different than her books that I read before, because it's a thriller and it's adult. So wasn't really sure how that was going to work for me, but I really did enjoy it, and learning the twists and turns, which were good. So we will start off by saying, if you don't know what it is about, we'll tell you. It is about, let's see, Jane and Eddie. Okay, it's supposedly like a twisted retelling of Jane Eyre, I think. I'm not sure because I haven't read any of those classics. So that I'm not sure of. But it's about a lady named Jane who becomes a dog walker. She becomes a dog walker in like a really ritzy estate area, and she had a bad background, which we learn throughout the story what that is and what happened to her. But she becomes this dog walker and kind of starts to maybe in a way wonder what it's like to be these people with these big houses and all this. And when she's walking the dogs one day, she runs into this house, and she doesn't run into the house, but she's walking it and she kind of stops in front of this house, and when she does, she almost gets hit by the owner of the house, who is Eddie Rochester. He gets out of the car, and of course they make small talk and all this, and she becomes entranced. It's entranced with him, I guess. Kind of falls for him and all this quickly. And yeah, so it kind of just blossoms into this relationship between her and him. And everybody around the estates, around this neighborhood, is talking about this girl that Eddie is dating, and nobody knows it's Jane at the moment. So yeah, she kind of just falls for him, and just things happen from there, and they happen quite fast in my opinion. But then Jane starts to learn about Eddie's past and what's happened, and she learns that Eddie's wife and his wife's best friend were out on a boat one night, and they never returned. They maybe fell over. Nobody knows exactly what happened to them. So they are pronounced dead, and people are still talking about it. But the question is, are they really dead, and what actually happened to them? So again, I seem like some of the twists and stuff in books I seem to have a problem with lately. But I don't know, because in this one we kind of probably already know what's gonna happen or what one of the twists are gonna be. And even without that, we learn pretty quick in the book, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, not too quick. We shall see. I should have marked this. I'm bad about marking stuff. I think it's, yeah. So yeah, it's about exactly 50 pages in where we learn what has happened to Eddie's wife, which kind of sucks because that's, I mean, you can see that if this is, we get this far and we already learn what happens to B, which is his wife. And I don't know, I just would have liked it to build up a little, but I guess in a way it's good. And with that being said, as you could tell, this book is also divided up in parts, and it's also told by Jane, and it's also told by B, which is Eddie's wife, like I said. So we know that, you know, she's not exactly gone from the picture, and I think there's one chapter at the maybe in the near the end or something that's like Eddie's point of view as well, but that's nowhere that's there. So yeah, we start to learn about B and her life and what it was like with Eddie, what happened between her and Eddie, why she's where she is, and just, I don't know, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed the story, and I liked trying to figure out why Eddie did what he did. But anyways, so you got Eddie, who's got like basically two different lives going on. And when he falls for Jane, it becomes this whirlwind romance in her opinion, or in her words in the book, and stuff happens really fast, and they're both basically playing each other. Like, they're both kind of like con artists in a way. So she's trying to tell him, you know, that she's living with this dude she knew from her past in this little apartment, and she's thinking about leaving there and moving somewhere else because she just can't stand it, and he doesn't want her to go because he likes her, so he kind of he gets her to stay with him, and that was her plan. And it was just like these two people just like trying to get what they want from each other, pretty much. And they don't really know each other. They don't know like the ins and outs of each other. It's just, I don't know. Basically strangers living together. So there's that, and I don't know, just, so I'm not really sure what kind of rating I would give it. Like, the writing was fine, and the characters were okay. I mean, you kind of wanted to like them, I guess, but in other words, like, you didn't, because they're just these manipulative, I cannot say that word, people. And then you got the other characters, like the other women that are in the story that live in this neighborhood, and they're always talking about each other. and Jane becomes a part of all that. It's just characters I guess you kind of love to hate, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And honestly, I'm not rooting for any of them in a way. But yeah, I don't know. And just as the story goes on and we learn more, it just keeps going and things keep getting twisted and you're trying to figure out who hurt or who killed these people, and just like one minute it could be someone and then the next it could be someone else, and you're just like, what? Come on now. Really? And and then the ending to it, oh my god, the ending is like, it just kind of tapers off and you're stuck thinking and wondering what's gonna happen, which I guess is a good ending for a thriller in a way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. What kind of ending to a thriller should it be? I mean, it definitely leaves some wide open spaces as to what happened to the characters without actually giving away too much about what happened, you know? So yeah, let me know if you've read this book, what you thought of it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.